Hey guys, those of you who are fans of vinyl records know that this past Friday was Record Store Day. And if you are subscribed to my Facebook page, you know that I said that I was going to do a video on what I got on Record Store Day. So, just to let you know, this is my first Record Store Day. I know Record Store Day has been happening at least if I'm not mistaken, 2011. So I missed a lot of them. I've always bought vinyl records, even when it wasn't cool to buy vinyl records. When everyone was getting away from vinyl records and they were like selling them and they were throwing them in the trash, I kept all my vinyl records. And the reason why I kept all my vinyl records because I like the album cover. I like a big album cover rather than a small CD. I never really got into the small CD, with the art on the CD or the lyrics on the CD. You got to use a magnifying glass to read lyrics and stuff nowadays. It's like, that's never really been my thing. I like big records. If it was up to me, vinyl records, when CDs came out, they would have came out on a big cardboard with the artwork of the album on it and the little the little CD in the middle or something. That's just me. Anyway, I like the big artwork. And like I said, when people were getting away from vinyl records, I kept all my vinyl records. I didn't sell them. I didn't throw them in the trash. So I got a lot of my vinyl records, and what I'm doing now is I'm cleaning a lot of them off, dusting them off. I'm putting protective plastic on them, the outside and the inside, and preserving them because some of them are worth money now, believe it or not. And then some of them, most of my vinyl records, thing that surprised me is most of my vinyl records are in good shape. There's a couple of them that's not in good shape. I have a Deep Purple record, and that record has, I don't know, it's some type of glue or something from the inside of the record that got on it. So I got to buy another copy of Storm. I think it's called Stormbringer. I got to buy another copy of that. So it's like, oh well. But anyway, this is what I got Record Store Day. First album I got is Jimi Hendrix Burning Desire, and this is a Record Store Day exclusive, and it says here this is a Jimi Hendrix bootleg, an official Jimi Hendrix bootleg, by the way. It sounds like a contradiction in terms, but that's what they have here. Official Jimi Hendrix bootleg, 1969 and 1970 studio recordings, mixed by good old Eddie Kramer. So yeah. It says here pressed on audiophile grade vinyl by QRP on translucent orange and red vinyl. So, let's take the protective plastic. I always put this protection on my vinyl records when I get it, so that the album cover doesn't get damaged or scratched or anything like that. Anyway, this is what it looks like. This is the front of the album. This is the back of it. Good old Jimi Hendrix headphones on. And it's a gatefold, so it opens up. And this is the inside of the album here. Really, really cool. I'm always happy to get some new Jimi Hendrix. Now, I haven't listened to this whole album. From what I listened to, it sounds more like a jam session. Jimi Hendrix just jamming with his bandmates, which is okay. So if you're looking for something that's more polished or whatnot, this might not be the album for you. But like I said, I'm still listening to it, so I might be wrong there. So I don't want to jump the gun too much, but I think I listened to like the first side, and it just mostly sounds like a jam session, but that's cool. Anyway, let's look at the vinyl variants that comes along with this album. So we have this right here, this really cool orange album. Isn't that cool? It's cool. Almost like a see-through, you know? Really, really cool. When I started collecting vinyl records back in the day, they were all black, you know. They didn't have any, you know, variants or anything like that. But now you get all these cool colors. And this one right here is red. So this is the red they're talking about. So yeah, this is really, really cool. Burning Desire, Jimi Hendrix. So when I get time, I think I will do some, do a vinyl review of this. But I just wanted to basically show you guys what I got Record Store Day. Some of the songs on here include Isabella, Cherokee Mist, Astro Man, Vanova Junction Blues, if I'm pronouncing that right. Easy Rider, MLK Jam, aka Captain Coconut. Okay. Burning Desire, the song. Stepping Stone, Vanilla, if I'm pronouncing this right, Vanilla Nova Junction Blues again. Record Plant 2X, and then Showtime Blues. So yeah, still in the process of listening to this, but like I said, from what I've heard so far, it mostly just sounds like a jam session. You know, him and the band gets together and they jam, and looks like they have here Billy Cox on here and Buddy Miles. So alright, so that's the first album that I got. The second album I got on Record Store Day is The Doors, Paris Blues. I never even heard of this. Like I said, a lot of things that come out during Record Store Days, Record Store Day rather, is stuff that the record companies release, and they're like one of a kind, and they're hard to get. And that one album, Jimi Hendrix album that I got, I think I spent maybe like $40, $30 or $40. You go on Amazon, you try to buy the same album, it's $99. And when enough people buy that from Record Store Day, you know the price is going to go skyrocket. They probably have it for $1,000 or something, which is a real shame. But anyway, Paris Blues. This is the Doors album that I got. The vinyl variant on here is, you guessed it, it's blue. So it's the Blues and Blue. This is the album, the way it looks. Really, really cool. I love vinyl variants, by the way. So I'm always happy when I buy an album and they have a vinyl variant in them. This, I listened to most of this so I can give you a better review of this album. And one of the things I think that's really cool on this is it actually has Albert King playing with Jimi Hendrix. Albert King is the legendary blues guitar player. And if you look carefully here, you can see Albert King and Jimi Hendrix. It's like he's lighting a cigar for Jim Morrison. Did I say Jimi Hendrix? Oh my God. Albert King and Jim Morrison. If I said Jimi Hendrix before, just disregard that. You know what I meant, right? Alright, because I don't feel like doing this video over again. But anyway, Albert King is on 1, 2, 3. He's on 3 tracks on this album. Little Red Rooster, Rock Me Baby, and Who Do You Love? So yeah, 3 classic songs, by the way, you know. And the Little Red Rooster version that they do on here is like my favorite version of that song. Jim Morrison really does a great job. And the thing is that it sounds like they're in a bar and they're just jamming and playing, you know, these songs. But it just sounds really cool, especially Little Red Rooster. It's like, oh my God, Jim Morrison's voice was just excellent doing that song. So yeah. And then it has a remake, or what you would call a cover tune, of the song Me and the Devil by Robert Johnson. And the funny thing is that Jim Morrison totally changed the lyrics to that song. which is kind of hilarious. I'm expecting the original lyrics that Robert Johnson had, and Jim Morrison just did his own thing, which is cool. It's a good song. And, his version of it is really cool, and it also has, let's see, Paris Blues. I Will Never Be Untrue, and I'm Your Doctor. So there's some new songs on here too. So yeah, this is my second album that I got Record Store Day, and if you're interested in what the album is all about, you can read the notes on the back here, and it tells you about all that. Like I said, this is brand spanking new, so I haven't had the time to go and read everything that is associated with this album yet. I'm still listening to it. Some of the songs are still getting fresh in my head, but I can tell you, it is worth it just to get Little Red Rooster. Just to get that song, it's just worth it. Okay. So to tell you a little story, before I show you the next album I got, the next album that I got wasn't a record store exclusive. It was just something I just happened to get or happened to find at a record store while I was waiting in line to get the other albums, to go through the Record Store Day releases. Because when you go to Record Store Day, you wait in line outside the store if you get there early. You come inside and you got to wait in another line to get to all the albums that they have on Record Store Day. So as I'm waiting in line, you pass by all these other albums. So I'm waiting in line and I pick up Diary of a Madman by good old Ozzy Osbourne. Actually, it was this one right here. Now, you're probably wondering, why do I have two Ozzy Osbourne Diary of a Madman albums? It's because I'm going and I'm trying to get a lot of my Ozzy on vinyl. I have, the CDs and whatnot. And of course, being a vinyl collector, you want to go back and get the actual CD that goes along with it. Plus, I like the artwork. The artwork on here is, oops. Let me take this off. The artwork on here is really cool. You can see that. I still got the protective plastic in to protect it. But anyway, put this back in here for a second. I want to basically get, some Ozzy on vinyl. So, what I did, this is before Record Store Day, I went online trying to find Diary of a Madman. No one has it. So I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking, a day passed, a week passed, and all of a sudden I see a copy on Amazon, a used copy on Amazon. It said used and it said good. And I was like, well, I hope this doesn't have scratches on it, So I placed an order for it. Granted, I think this has something to do with the record company because, I went to Ozzy Osbourne's website and I was like, what? It's Ozzy. Shouldn't they have Diary of a Madman vinyl there? They don't. They're promoting Patient Number 9, his new album. So I could buy the CD to this. The CD is easy to find, but the actual album is hard to find. Unless you go to Dish Dogs, you can probably find it there. Amazon is hard. It's there one day, gone the next day. So, and I think when I bought it, it might have been like they only had like 2 copies, and I bought one. So you might not be able to find the other one, but I could be wrong. But anyway, this is the copy that I got from Record Store Day, and one of the selling points of this is it says limited edition red and black swirl. You can see that. And I was like, yes, a vinyl variant. So I definitely got to get this. And, it includes, Over the Mountain and Flying High Again, the songs that we all grew up listening to, by Ozzy Osbourne. So, yeah, and I mainly bought it for the song Diary of a Madman because that's an excellent piece of music right there. Anyway, let me show you the vinyl variant that goes along with this. Isn't that really cool? My lighting here won't necessarily give it the justice that it needs, but it's sort of like red with splotches of black on here. So that is really, really cool. So I am definitely enjoying that. So I figured I would go ahead and buy this, which I did. And hey, when the other one comes, this is a used copy, I'll just take that and frame it or whatnot. Because, you know, they make those frames for vinyl records now. So I was thinking, I'll put it in that. And, oh, just to let you know, if you open this up, this is the actual sleeve that comes along with it. Being that I collect vinyl, I don't keep this stuff in the sleeve. I get another sleeve and I put it in that. Just so this is in better condition, you know, because I plan on keeping this for a very long time. So I want to keep it in good condition. Not that I'm a seller or anything like that, but hey, I want my my vinyl records to be in good condition. You know, all parts of the vinyl record to be in good condition. Anyway, this is Diary of a Madman. So I get home. This is the same day I get home. And there's a knock on the door. It's the Amazon guy. And guess what he has? Diary of a Madman. And I was like, okay, this is probably a used copy. It looks pretty new to me. You know, whoever had this before did a good job and not, you know, screwing it up or having scratches or having the cover, you know, coming apart. Because sometimes you buy stuff online, it can be through Dish Dogs or it could be through Amazon or, you know, some other place where you buy vinyl records. You don't know what you're going to get. You buy something and you open it up and it's all scratched and the album, is coming apart and it's like, oh my God, you know. Anyway. Whoever had this before, thank you for not screwing it up because it looks new, like new. When I bought it, it said good condition. This is better than good condition. This is like new. It still has the protective plastic on it. So yeah, I'm like, they did a great job. Now, one of the things that I was kind of worried about, well, I got two Ozzy Osbourne albums, the same album. No different, it has the same sleeve in there, you know. So I was like, well, maybe they did something different with the vinyl variant, you know. I'm still going to keep it regardless if it's, you know, red. Also, I'm going to keep it. So I open it up, look at the vinyl variant, and let me show you the vinyl variant. This one's blue. Now, isn't that really cool? You can kind of get a sense on what it looks like from my camera here. But if you see it up close, it is a really cool pressing. So I lucked out. Yeah, I got the same album twice, but you know, I wanted to make sure that I got a good quality album because I thought this one could have been beat up, it could have been scratched, whatever, you know. But it actually turned out to be in really good condition. So these are the albums that I bought Record Store Day. And yeah, I had a really cool vinyl weekend. Thanksgiving vinyl weekend. So even though this isn't a Record Store Day release, I will say that I am glad I got it. You know, Record Store Day, I tried to, well, this is my first one, so my goal was to just buy stuff exclusive to Record Store Day. But like I said, I could not turn this down because it's hard to get. Now I just got to get Bark at the Moon. Another one I think that is hard to get on vinyl. I don't know, Dish Dogs might have that. I don't think Ozzy's website has that. I have to double check, you know. It might be something have to do with the record companies. I can't remember what record company Ozzy's with now, but this record company was Jet Records. I never even heard of Jet Records, but yeah, this is the record company that produced this album. But hey, it sounds good. I can crank it on my stereo, and I'm happy to get it. So this is Merlin Ravensong signing off. Yeah, I collect vinyl records. It's one of the things I do with collecting other things like guitars and whatnot. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook. And go to merlinravensong.com. See all the stuff I have on that. And I'll see you guys next time. Love is law is peace, and see you later, guys.